Hello, guys. Hello. Anna here, Heart of Match Guarantee. Yeah, I'm happy to see you again. And we have live stream today, 1 hour Q&A, and sharing our experience as a matchmaker. Seeing relationship, how they unfolding since war started in Ukraine. That's already 2 years from now. And yeah, guys, I just wanted to ask you to continue to pray for Ukrainian people and yeah, keep faith that I understand it's very it's very become more difficult, and people losing hope, but still this is one thing that we can hold on. Yeah, and so today we'll be talking about how war actually affects Ukrainian women in relationship with men. That's the topic of our today video. And I just want to remind you that that we still have a lot of questions, like guys still don't get like how it's possible dating in with Ukrainian women during war. I just want to clarify here, we don't our clients don't go to Ukraine to meet ladies. All meetings now happening on where this lady live, or if she is new with us, register, and those one that stay with us and they joined before war, they know that in order to meet men, they need to go abroad to closest one border. And so this is how that's what they agreed, right? But the thing how we transform the way relationship works, not you, neither her, neither you coming to meet. Not This is not first date. You guys build a relationship to a certain level before you make decision to meet. And that's how you bring a relationship basically to a new level, because until you meet, you actually don't know if there is a chemistry, if there is you still kind of like a little bit like strangers to each other, because not a little bit, on some level each other, but you never know, and unless you meet in person, if everything there, what you imagine to be there, so I want to first address this question, this answer to those guys who is writing and still wondering, which have just recently client that meet his lady in she's now close to India. I don't want to I know he's very private. He don't want to share photos, and so I just try. I'm don't keep his name and even country, but they meet there. They super happy, and so seeing guys who since war started actually met their ladies, and some of them already got married, and so analyzing what they've done differently from those guys that failed. That basically topic of our today's video. Do what to do, what not to do, how dating changed. Because let's be honest, you know, this is the most difficult time for Ukrainian women in their lives. Probably, nobody was, expecting and imagining that it's possible, in 21st century, living, in a country where war started. So how things change? First, of course, it's a fact. Women in a way that they become like they become more honest with themselves, and they become more like never before. They're looking into man's actions, and they become very frugal with their time, like again, like never before. So if like before, when she was living in her country home, having her work, having her friends, having her family, she was you know she has more time to um, to be able to communicate with this man. She didn't have any like kind of she has, of course, as you know, for a lot of Slavic women, this is the main goal of their life, to find husband. Of course, there was also time was pressures for them, but it was not that, they have this basic understanding, how they live will how their life will be if they will not meet their man, but now, and all our ladies, they joined before war, so there was in some point, if they meet right man, because there was always, was the main goal for them, to have family. They're very family oriented women, so they was just openly looking wherever it happened. It could happen in Ukraine, if it happened, but they was just opening their horizons to wherever their soulmate lives. So now, with having this, a lot of them relocated within Ukraine, so they had to find a new work, new flat. They don't have much anymore, like stability. I can, guys, I can talk a lot about like how things change, and I understand it's hard to imagine, because if you never like actually was wearing her shoes, but I still try to like ask you um, to imagine yourself in this situation, and understand how you would change, if you would be a woman and you would be in the same situation. So they don't have anymore a lot of patience to like see it. Like before, it was one up to 1 year. Our ladies, since war, when COVID started, we started to do practice distance introduction, and we have some cases when lady was in a relationship for 1 year. She was like talking to this guy, and then at the end she say, I don't know if I will ever see him. And she come to us and she say, sorry, but I need to move ahead, because this is just not working. Now they don't have this 1 year. Now all relationship, they developed with a quicker dynamic, and there is a lot of reasons for them, right? And yeah, on the other side, on positive side for international marriages, um, visas and opportunities to move to man's country for Ukrainian ladies, it's become like never before easy, right? So like our couples before was, especially to America, they was waiting for these visas for like 2-3 years when when COVID happened. And so now it's a time for you know to for men who know what they want, who have this ability. For example, for men of action, that's how I call them, right? And they have a possibility, for example, to travel and to meet this person. If they start to talk, they have chemistry. You can see this. I mean, you have engagement and interest in each other from the first call. It's always obvious, like couple know very good if they want to continue or don't want, and it's a part of the process. So um, we not pressure, not women, not man, to pursue woman that he don't like. So it's always, after it's your choice. And so mm, now, if man, ideally, if he can come and meet her within 1, 2, maximum 3 months, this is this is something that you need to plan if you want to be really successful, with women. Again, I don't say, sometimes people talk to each other 2 weeks and then they say, oh, listen, I just found deal breakers. I don't, I don't want to pursue her. It's okay, you just move to another introduction. But then with those one that you have connection, you see that everything developing, you need to make a plan, and you need to actually make her aware about your intent when you're like give her some time frame about your plans. if everything will go well, I'm planning to come this date, and of course here, if you give any promises, any kind of promises, um, you better keep them. Well, I don't say you need to go if your relationship at some point just doesn't work. You go again, you go because you have mutual interest to meet each other and just finally touch each other and like, you see, to see that everything that you experience in distance, if this is something real, right? And to find those answers. But then while before you meet her, there is a lot of ways how guy can make feel this relationship through his action, real. Again, if you like woman, please, there is a lot of websites where doesn't matter where she lives, you can find a way to deliver her flowers. And this is the way, again, Slavic women feel taken care of. She feels important to you. She feels that you into her. And it's just like at this stage of relationship when you call it how chocolate flower, no, just конфетно-букетный. Yeah, we call it chocolate flower period. I'm not sure how you call it in the West. But yes, that's when you create this fairy tale, where you create this romance, and this all elements where if you're trying, if she's express interest in you, but you're as a hunter, as a man, make efforts to win her heart. That's how you get your points, and that's how you create this bonding, between you and her. And so when men, I don't know, I suggest, like always, guys, within first week, if they like woman, they send flowers. This is just so like um if you like woman, that's the key. Don't try to push yourself to pursue women that you don't like, because I know you're not willing to do nothing, and this is just waste of your and her time. So it's always the key, to go after women that you really like. Yeah, guys, I wanted to also mm, I want to also to invite you for in the studio if you want. Later we will post link, just so you know. If you have questions on this topic, I would be happy to answer you, because I prepare my points of view, but then I'm open to answer. Maybe there is some additional questions will be okay. So yeah, make sure you have a camera, sound, and yeah, you're good to go. We will later post this link. Okay, so you understand, those guys that was you know showing them as a action taker, and when I say action taker, this is different, ways of showing these actions. I know one guy that his lady got sick in a hospital, and he flew to her, immediately. This is again was like, this is turning virtual relationship to a real one, when those things happens. And it's create this incredible bonding between people, where I say Ukrainian ladies, because of this traditional point of view, they want to give care to a man, but they also want to feel this care from man's side, right? They want to feel loved, and through these actions, that's how they get it. So hello. So you want to say something? No? Okay. You're just like a mouse.
Are you being good to them?
Yes. You funny, Joseph. Okay, second, which is very important for disappear. I will read your comments as well, guys. I just wanted to go quickly through my notes. Man who emotionally can relate to her situation and strategy that actually happen to all Ukrainian people. It's become more and more, those situations where, like, if not her, like brother or somebody, went to war, but some uncle, or like more and more people, it's touch, families, and it's become not news, but you know real experiences of a lot of ladies. And of course they take it hard. And men who, for example, we have we have introduction calls when men come, and he didn't ask nothing about her, like how she is, where she is, how her relatives. And she first, what she say after call, I like I don't want to like to continue to get to know him, because he didn't ask me like nothing about, like he kind of not aware of what's going on, or I don't know, or he don't care, like. So like I didn't see much interest, because that's how she feels, right? If men, like, it's important for women to feel that man knows where she is, and can be, this, like, um, can express his support and understanding, and just normal level of compassion, and so in this regard, this is opportunity for guys to be generous in their compliments, to lady, in supportive words, showing his care, and just create this beautiful fairy tale in all things that created around, giving her hope in these difficult times of her life, and that's something that she will be holding on, and keeping. And yeah. So um, I don't say, I don't think this is very difficult, maybe for, yeah. I don't say you need to cry with her, but just actually be that, that rock that, um, understand her, and just, and understanding about her mood sometimes, don't pressure in her, don't add your problems to her life, sharing what you going through. And there is actually, yeah, one guy wrote a comment below our video, and I wanted to read it to you. I really believe that most men who want to date a Ukrainian woman fail to take into consideration the fact that these Ukrainian women are under high level of stress from this war. And being under stress affects how these women deal with their emotions and react to relations with their much more differently, with a man much more differently than if there was not under stress. So any complaints or assumptions that a foreigner man may have regarding anything at all towards these Ukrainian women will be compared by the woman to what she's going through due to this war, and make the foreigner man's problems look like grains in the sand compared to bulgers. And these assumptions look childish. And I see in this, I see in this a lot of wisdom, and like understanding from where you guys need to come now. You know, I know in the Western culture, it's just very natural, desire, and like people talk about everything, good, bad, ugly, whatever, um, about all problems, but just like understanding that she's in her level of stress, that she had already enough, and she doesn't have this extra energy to share with you, to go through, your problems. And I don't say this will be the same way always, but I, like, we have recently, one client experience where he blew up on her, and sent her a bunch of nasty messages. and where actually she was not, it was just like misunderstanding, and this was enough for her. Like she didn't want to continue. Like, if man shows up now as a non-stable emotionally, those relationships, they don't have possibility to survive. Like, if she would be in the normal times of her, maybe she would give another chance, she would be like, she will have this energy, but now she don't want man with his, drama and releasing all of that to her. um Again, I believe that relationship, okay, when I when I'm talking about relationship, I'm talking about, like, when you already met in person, when you know you have certain level, you have commitment, you have in real relationship, okay, and marriage as well, of course. I believe that, where, if not in a family, you can show your, to be vulner, vulnerable vulnerable, right? Sorry if I misspell this word. Like being weak, I think this is a man and woman, they both can, be at some point, and I don't find Ukrainian women, they will take advantage of this, but she actually will find supportive words to give you, and help you to spread your wings again. But it's just about timing, there is a timing when you, in a journey of winning her heart. This is not a time when you start your whining and complaining and all of these things, towards her. It just, you are a stranger to her, she's just like observing everything you do. And then she is asking herself, okay, now I didn't meet him, he is already not expressing me, this side of him. And then, like, that's last thing she wants, like, not stable emotionally man, because it creates a lot of fears in her. Like, now she's somewhere settled, I don't know, in Europe somewhere, again she creating her new, base, her new life. But then last thing she wants to take chance of having that she will choose wrong man, and then it will be additional stress, additional, you know trauma, that she's already like over top, too much to handle. So she's like preferring, okay, this is like, they now, this is what changed, they become less, mm, less tolerant to these things. It's not because their nature, it's just because they live in a high level of stress. That's what changed. And but, like, I see, for example, my mom came here, and the way she arrived and the way she's now, after 3 months being around me, living a normal life with no missiles, with no nothing, she come to, like, her normality, happy expression of herself, everything. But when she came here first, you know it was painful, to see. But I understand, I just can provide, my love and my acceptance, and just, share, you know just, release my compassion to. But that's what I mean, if you will be this island for this woman that can not uh, get from her more, or like in position where you want a lot of things, but actually. And I would say, okay, my relationship with Joe, they started also when I was not, I didn't have, like, we didn't have war at that time, right? So I was not at that level of stress, but I also have in my own, like, my own things that I was going through, um, stress. And he was for me this rock, and this man who, you know um, helped me to create this beautiful atmosphere where I just relax and, like, relax and trust him. And I was not feeling that he just was giving me as much time as I needed, like no pressure, no nothing, just like very nicely was around me, was with offering just be there for me. And it was I understand it was part of how man wins woman heart, but especially I said when she's in stress, it's just, yeah, it's just her behavior really different. It's not a time when you can. We have ladies here. So when yeah, so this comment I wanted to tell. Yeah, and also what changed in relationship, like before war, um, we never say guys to like to send any money before like before you meet, and um like in person, because she had her work, she was living somehow without you, before. So like what's the reason? So like it was was not um we was not supportive, it was against this, and we was always openly talk about this. But with the war, with relocations and losing work, losing normal life, we just start to tell guys, we don't we don't like pressure you to do it, but just be more understanding where she's at. Maybe she has still work, maybe she you don't know, but it's really nice if men initiate some very small amount. But for I know for like for living now in Canada, I see how much here it's like $100 $200, it's nothing, right? But for her, if she lives in Ukraine, this amount of money that you can, that doesn't really make a difference for you, but it can show her. Of course you also cannot live in Ukraine for, I don't know, $200 a month, but it still help her to understand your intent, and that you really wants to really to care about her. And we start to suggest guys do this, initiate this. mm, if they see, but I see often even ladies, like they, even men, if offer help, they don't want, or they shy to accept. So this is again about decent lady, how they behave. But if she, if she is saying thank you very much and accepting, it's just building this gratitude. And again, this is how you win her, win her heart, because like it shows that you care, you really, not just on words, but this is again coming back to your actions. This is something that you can do, right? I know a lot of you guys just like, oh, again, money, this is, I will be beaten up in comments. I don't say to send her money for, I don't know, or leverage her with some brands or something. This money will go to some basic needs of her. But again, and I talking about this, like if you're coming, if you have intent and possibility to meet her within a month, there is no purpose even to start, this conversation. But I mean, yeah. But if you see that you cannot come like only in half a year, so those action can at least make her feel that, that okay, you cannot come physically, but you still want through some action to show that this is real, real relationship. And so it's not in like, you know you cannot come with your energy and like bringing you physically there, but at least through this you can show that she's dear to your heart. And just it's just question of um, it's a question like of possibility. I don't know, you don't have vacation at work or something, but you really want to show. And so and so that's my point here. For those guys who cannot come, mm, quickly. It's just one more additional suggestions how they can, through action, they can show that she's important. Okay, guys, let me see your comments here. If yeah, and if you want to come in the studio, you're welcome. And yeah, so this is our studio link in the studio. We will also post it in chat, right? Can we post it in chat? Hello, Matt. Okay, guys. I think women who left are looking even more security, especially if they have children. Yes, yes, CVF. That's completely true, and I know I I'm beaten. Getting beaten a lot about promoting single moms because by Western men, because this is very different story. I know you know what you know. This is your reality, single moms in the West, but Ukrainian single moms. Oh, let's talk about this. Somebody asked me last time, why so many divorces in Ukraine, and so you see, problem of traditional culture is like in some way blessing, right? Because a lot of men wants to be a man in a relationship, and they want to be treated like a man, right? And so, and here we are, um, traditional women, Ukrainian, who live in a high feminine energy, and when it's come to the point of they're just not trained to be masculine. That's the thing. And when they need to take care about themselves, if, for example, men, left for other women, a lot of them, they, struggling with, and they need to develop this side of them in order to learn how to be independent now, But this is not by choice. That's the thing. It's not because they wanted to do this. And so I wasn't shocked when I saw statistics that in 2003, in half a year, it was in Ukraine registered 325,000 Ukrainian women apply for help from domestic abuse. And so in Ukraine, where actually no government like protection for women can be provided, it's normally through, like, if you would be even calling, even police will not come. That's how bad it is. There is some social organization that, like charity organization that helping with that social projects, but like on governmental level they don't have protection. And so I can just imagine, how many more women don't do nothing about it. Just they just sitting there. And recently here I heard in Kelowna, again from friend of my daughter, her mother told me at night, Ukrainian woman come to her. Yeah, one moment, I will just, Tim, one moment. She came because her Ukrainian husband, beat her like dramatically bad, and she has 1 year old child. And so it's a question now how she, he's providing, she's with this child now here. And so of course here, she was advised where to go, where to ask for protection. But you guys think, a lot of you think that, Ukrainian women, they single moms, they left men, they start to have this, how you have it in alimony for women. We don't have this in Ukraine. Women will never be supported by men. Normally what happened, men leave woman. Now she hasn't, and he's not even taking care about children. If you will see how it happened now, this is all on woman's shoulder, and that's their biggest fear, to be single mom, and now you have responsibility also financial for child, because that's what normally happen. Men disappear completely. And yes, this is a lot of now fears, how, and afraid to, come in your relationship, and then meeting this man who actually wanted to, okay, again, trust, again, love, again, I don't know, not being beaten, those things, all like a lot of those things, where, okay, I just wanted to share this fact for you, yeah, with you. Let's invite Tim. Yeah. I can press. Okay, yeah, I can press. I was just sorry. What? Everything on you. Hi, Tim.
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
right.
You're my first guest.
Oh, okay.
Never had guests before, so I'm super excited. Yeah. So, are you
Good
in
to
this
see you.
journey?
What's that?
Are you in this journey of looking for Ukrainian wife?
I've been following you guys for a long time, so
Oh,
yeah,
really? Cool.
yeah. I keep getting your emails, so
Yeah. Just
I'm
send.
here.
Okay, I see. So what questions do you have, and like what's, I don't know, you say a long time, so there is something that holding you back from actually jump, right,
Well,
in this journey.
there's you know the cost, of course. I mean, there's money issues. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that can hamper a lot of things. But I've been there. I've done the
Mm-hmm.
PPL and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Big mistake. So Joseph knows. I've talked to him many times, so he knows. I told him the story. I had a long story, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of them. That was part of the PPL thing.
Yeah,
So
we're all alone, sometimes through tough, difficult lessons, but still, the main thing that we understand at least what's going on here, and just stop wasting our time, lifetime, on those things, and money as well.
yeah,
Yeah. But we have, on our website, we have priced, like we have very various of different options, and we're very open. Like we from our side, we create a lot of like possibilities for guys, really, if they're serious about this journey, to actually start, and be very, like, you, I think you can discuss if that's something that, like, one thing that stops you, you think we can discuss this as a team. We always like thinking, knowing how many women we want, we have, and how much they want to meet, we we here always try to find solution, but we also like, we also have to cover our costs, so not
right.
to offend us, right? And just because if we will be offending us, then no will no
Glad
no
you guys
us will
went out
exist. Yeah. Hmm.
and you guys are safe. So I was there before the war, so I know what it was like. Um, and then I flew back before it all happened, but yeah, I understand what you guys are going through. It's not fun, and I'm sure you guys would rather be where you were, and uh, still trying to get your real estate deal done with the that new highway they were putting in and all that. I remember that. And Joseph was trying to get
Yeah.
me to invest in that.
Yeah, Joe was. I was like, I was extremely happy that Joe was living in Ukraine, because I didn't want it to leave Ukraine. And of course, if war wouldn't happen, we would be still living there. But of course, when you just put in a place, stay, you have children, you don't want them to experience, and now things really become like, I see that a lot of our ladies, because of they originally was ready to leave Ukraine, now they went into different countries, but still, still looking through us, and we have just several new couples. And I see like now our geographics, where guys fly to meet them. So
Yeah.
before it just was Ukraine. Now like I'm finding new countries that I didn't know exist. This man flew there, this man flew there, but it's nice, it's still, this is not about uh, geographical borders. It's just about meeting right person, right? Doesn't matter where she lives or
Yeah.
he lives. Yeah.
Right.
So you can just find out. But also I encourage you guys, since and you team, you already were in Ukraine, so you saw, culture, you saw ladies, you get some experience. I don't know how bad it was if you meet like through paper letters. This is not this is not real women. Maybe yeah, if you've done some street pickup, this is already something that can be more.
Yeah, it was a bad experience, and I'd rather not talk about it. But no,
Yeah.
I'd rather go through a legit website like you guys than
Mhm.
try to even. I mean, there's so many other PPL sites out there now that are coming out, and it's not just Ukraine. There's China and everything else. There are PPL sites everywhere, and it's just not good. So
Yeah, now with this, with all this new technology era, I think it will be all like just robotic. People just
yeah,
do.
it's horrible. I mean, we don't know AI
Mhm.
is taking over, so we don't know what's going to happen with that either. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I understand there's a lot of lonely people in the world. If they will just tell honestly, like this is entertaining service, just don't take it serious. This is one side. So like people at least know they just there because they're lonely, and this the way they deal with this loneliness. But the thing that they make you believe that this is real relationship and how it's unfolding and breaking hearts and people hopes and everything. And yeah, this is the problem.
yeah,
So yeah, but I still think, guys, if you don't have also budget, I don't know, maybe you can go somewhere where is, I don't know, can be concentration of Ukrainian people. I hear somewhere my neighbors here, like one of the ladies, I don't know how she met her man, but she recently got married with Canadian man here. Yeah, so there is somebody find them locally, but yeah, I think this is you need to do your diligence if you want to do it on beer budget. But anyway,
right.
there is a ways, I believe. Yeah, but maybe not as smooth as as how to say, like with us it goes very quickly, and that's the beauty, because like we doing all this work for like many years, screening these ladies, finding them, and making
Yeah,
sure we have from both sides, men and women with the right intent. And that's why like couples
yeah,
coming quickly. Okay, Tim, thanks for
yeah,
sharing. Yeah, I hope you will have maybe if you would, just you're welcome to if you want I don't know how we can better follow up with you. Just can reach out to us through email, maybe info at
yeah.
Guaranty, and we will just schedule yeah
Well,
appointment and see if we can find some
yeah.
options for you, because we
Thank you.
start to do this, because we want to have more couples. Definitely.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Take care.
Yeah.
So there is one more guy here, but yeah. I need to remove, right. So there is was Nick, I guess. And if you're still here and you want to join, you're welcome. I'm not biting, you see, I don't. Oh, Fred, come. Okay, guys, become active. Fred, I don't see your camera. Okay, I see now. Uh-huh. Hi,
Oh,
Fred.
hello, Anna. How are you?
Hello. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. I think I have to turn off the other video.
I see, I see.
Oh, you don't see my camera?
No, I can see now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
I'm I'm gonna turn off the video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, I'm ready now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been following you guys for a long time, a
Mm-hmm.
really long time. All the way back when I came to Ukraine for Dream Connections in
Mm-hmm.
2017.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when Joe was just starting out, and so I was like the last person that was on about the PPL sites, and I'm still doing some of that. I know it probably sounds crazy for some, but I can see ladies that are legit. I've actually gone on dates with them, and I know them, and so I know it's not 100% that way, but it is taking a chance that you could get some people that are not legit, which happened to you guys too when you had connections with marriage agencies that were not on the up and up, right? And that happened to that one guy that he was you brought him into the family, and it was really cool to see how he was talking to your dad, right, and your mom, and but in the end he got connected with somebody that was not telling the truth about their current their relationships. Like they were already in a relationship or something like that. They were not real. But anyways, because I know that it can be real, I didn't make the commitment, and I kept on thinking the prices kept going up for match guarantee. So I got always kind of confused about that. Now you see the price, you have different kind of price breakdowns now. And yeah, I've done some stupid things. I did a stupid thing last year, and it's like, yeah, it's been like a little bit like like an addict in a way,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always thinking, oh no, it's not going to be this way. But I tried a competitor I shouldn't have tried, just because there's not even an option for getting contacts unless you go see the lady. And it took me a year before I went to go see her, and I spent my focus on her. And I went to Cherkasy. So I actually went there because I used to live in Kiev.
Mm-hmm.
So back before the war. So I had lived in Kiev for a couple of years and went through the pandemic and all that, and
Mm-hmm.
didn't try. So anyways,
What's
it
your
didn't.
question
Yeah, go ahead.
No, what's your questions now in about?
Oh, questions. Okay, that's what's supposed to be here. Okay. So I'm talking to ladies that are in Europe, and ladies that have come back, and even a lady that I dated and she came back, and another lady that I dated and she didn't tell me, and I gave her some free English lessons because that's what I do. I teach English, and then she didn't tell me she actually married somebody. So I see that there's different emotions going on, and I'm wondering, the ladies in Europe look like they're kind of one kind of group, and the ones that come back, they're another kind of group, and some that never even leave. They say, I'm proud to have stayed in Ukraine. And but one lady I know that she actually ended up quite depressed, and she went to the hospital for it, and I'd sent her flowers, and the flowers had to get returned because she said she couldn't accept them. She's just time in her life where she can't hold a relationship. So that was very sad because I didn't have her contact, and so that's gone. I'll never see her again or talk to her again. But it's basically it's a stressful time, like you're talking about. It's a stressful time. So the question is, the lady, how different are the ladies that stay? Some that have never even left, compared to the ladies who are thinking now, I'm going to stay in Europe. And they have more options. So I'm not quite sure, like even like you mentioned, the person that's in Canada, why see people that are in Canada and United States, maybe they could ask the same question of me, being from Canada, why are they looking for other foreign men when they're right there where there should be lots of opportunity for them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see. Thank you for your question. Yeah, how different women? I think it's more depends actually on like person and how she's going through generally. Because like for example, as my personal experience, first half a year I physically was in Mexico, but my brain and all my emotions and everything that I was not seeing that I'm in Mexico, I'm safe. I'm just, like every day drained in tears, and just like so. But I mm, I start to like understanding that I cannot continue to live like this. So I can take responsibility for what I experience. So I start to work on myself. So, and I know Ukrainian women who live in Ukraine, and they like me now, like So it's not. I don't. Generally, I think they even those who live in Ukraine than in Europe. But again, it's just from person to person and her ability to deal with these things. And about I don't know. I don't want to promote here paper letter websites because I don't personally know not one person who succeed. I mean, like had serious relationship but married and then was not scammed, not was married just for because I know those who was married and then as soon as they got a green card they was left. So this is even also not success. So I don't I honestly find this like guys trying to walk on a broken ice and not glass and trying not to cut their feet. That's how I see it. Guys just being super adventurous, super risky, go there where even I am as Ukrainian, like I'm so much frustrated understanding how there is no agency that really no other agency other than us work like I don't want to brag here, but I know it's side and it's like really is breaking my heart. And what is this found? Is this like TV or something? TV? You have TV?
Oh, I have a roommate, so
Oh,
he talks. So I don't know if you're hearing him.
Yeah, I hear very good, but I was like, it's TV.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much. What would they call it? A noise cancellation.
I see.
Yeah.
So the problem was this with this like when I was, for example, wanted to join agency, they was not even considering me as a bride because they was asking me like what's my original intent, and I say I wanted to actually to get married, and they was like you have different intent from us. And so what I'm also observing, guys having a relationship with paper letter girls, if they even meet, they behave, those ladies, they behave, I don't even can call them ladies, I don't know how to call them, but okay, those girls, they behave very differently. They they create this they know how to play man, and men and Western men very naive, and they cannot figure out these things. They cannot. I see a lot of people who just very disconnected with themselves. They don't know what's going on. They're great entrepreneurs. They have very good very high IQ. Doing things. But then when it comes to relationship and this emotional intelligence, it's just not there. They just don't see where they being played, and it can start from small, but then like this thing that guys say, oh, she never asked me for money. This is nothing tell you about her, that she's a good lady. You don't know how, like, there is a short-term scam, there is long-term scam where it just all of a sudden she's in the hospital and die situation, and you can only one who can save her, or I don't know, she even like this client who not client, he's not client, he just was guest on our New Year Eve, right? And she even got married with him and make him purchase flat, and now this flat register on her mother, and now they've been divorced, and all this I understand he's losing all of that, and he was doing this on his own and thinking that everything good, and then he told me about other girl and how everything was. And I'm like, oh my OMG, like but I understand from describing how they behave them with him, it's like you will never, they're so sweet. Ukrainian ladies, they don't behave like that. Those that real ones, they don't help you to win them, they actually making them challenging because they want, there is fire in the relationship. If I could, there is not everything smooth. There is challenges. This is real relationship. When everything like unfolding like in the best fairy tale possible scenario, guys, you most likely scams, and you don't know that. That's the thing, and that's what breaking, and you don't know where it's end up. And so why those ladies that live in Europe anywhere, they still need our help, because generally like main tendencies in Europe as well as in the Western culture, it's not anymore traditional culture. And so if they go like on, I don't know, 50 days, how many traditional men they can meet there? Those who wants actually to, who has a traditional view on a family, who wants to create family first of all. I don't want to be in multiple relationships, and like they have hard time to meet those ones. So like they have to, this is like a separate search job, super high level of commitment, go on 100 dates and more to find those men. So like they don't have this time, especially adjusting now in a new country, learning new language,
Yep, they're learning new languages. Yeah.
qualification, changing your diploma, they don't have. So like they trust us that we will vent those men for them, and they will meet men with the same intent that they have, and so they like, I remember my dating experience in Ukraine. I was burned out after maybe 10 dates, and I say, I'm done. I don't want more. And this is even in Ukraine, where like mostly men traditional, but I was meeting not traditional. That's why probably they were single. but but I can imagine what happened to them in the West, like, and how much. And I remember, even I was now she's married. Ukrainian lady. I was flying with her to Turkey. She lives in, she won actually green card, and she lives in, long time ago. But anyway, she was telling all her frustration from dating, from the ups in the West. And she was like, all our flight, she was like non-stop telling me all these scary stories. I was like, I was looking at her with big eyes. Really, like you can do movie, And so maybe this is normal things like happening between Western women and Western men. They know this culturally, like what culture accept and what's not. But a lot of things just blow mind of our women when they trying to date local men. So that's the reason why they with us, and they have hopes that we will save their time and help them to not only save. It's just like they don't have this extra time. If it happened, and you see, men also, they're afraid to approach women on the street, because I understand this is part of what's going on in the West. If you try to do this, you can be, I don't know, she can.
Well, actually, I saw a really interesting documentary about Swedish men.
Uh-huh.
This is the Swedish experience, and I think other Scandinavian countries too. Men feel very uncomfortable. They've been brought up now. It's been like an experiment over the last 20 years or so to kind of give the alternate experience of having the men learn more gentle ways of connecting with people. And so they do that from kindergarten, and even younger. Anyways, now the result of that is that men are afraid to even approach women in Sweden, and the women are going, please be like a regular man, come talk to me. But men are going, no, we're not. And so and even to give a hug is like, oh, can I give you a hug? And though the women are ready to do that. So yeah, different parts of Europe are like kind of like maybe what would be opposite in maybe places like in Ukraine, where it's more acceptable.
It's not only acceptable, it's something that men practicing, a lot. Like I've never been more approached on the street than while I was living in Ukraine.
Right.
And women want that, and so because women Ukrainian, they will not approach on their own. It's not culturally acceptable to be initiative. And so here they are living in Europe, in America, wherever, they cannot approach on their own because
no, and the men are
and the men don't approach. They're afraid to approach them. So
when I've told ladies about that, Ukrainian ladies about that, they're kind of surprised. They go, really? I said, yeah, we can't even bring flowers on the first date. It will look like you're proposing. Like, really? I said, unless you're very old fashioned, and that might be, understood as just a nice romantic gesture. But to bring a whole bouquet of flowers, no.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
True. So like I'm living here for half a year. I don't need to approach, but I'm very like, always smile and like, I'm inviting. I'm not have this normal like Slavic looks that, makes you even afraid to approach. But yet I was like almost never. I mean, one time, but I'm not sure it was approach or not approach because I didn't understand what it was. But but I think
Yeah,
this is
culturally, you might
the
not
one
know what's
time.
going on. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so that's the reality. So, and like what I need now to learn how to, to be not me, to become Western woman, for example, who will come to you and ask your number. No, this is like outside of my, too much. It's like something that I'm not used to do, and like it feels super strange. I can imagine like if I come to the man and he's married or something, like how how embarrassed
Yeah.
would I feel? Like I'm
Yeah.
just putting myself like in the shoes of
That's what the rings are
ring.
supposed to be for, but not everybody's wearing rings anymore, right?
Joe
Not
don't
everybody.
wear, for example, rings, so I don't know.
See, there you go. See, not wearing a ring. Yeah, yeah, and that was their way. Yeah, yeah. I had ideas for. I've got to the point where I think like there's some competitors. I mean, it's okay to mention names. I don't know.
I think better not, because this is our channel.
Okay,
I don't
this is
want
your channel, so don't mention. Okay,
yeah, I
but
just
there's
don't
been
want to delete video because
yeah. There's been other at least it's like stories of men who experienced like Joe did, right? He started his own company, and there's others that did the kind of the same, but they went through the pay per letter kind of route. And yeah, I was losing my train of thought of what I was going to say, but basically they started their own dating website, and I'm thinking, yeah, I could maybe do that too. If it comes to just making it, and maybe that might be the better way. But you guys already have done this, and it's just that I mean, you're saying there's no ladies in Ukraine. I mean, you're only catering to ladies that are in Europe now because you don't think the men are going to come to Ukraine.
No, we have most of our ladies in Ukraine, but they all will go to meet men in Europe.
That is surprising because the ladies I talk to, usually I don't hear that they're gonna do that.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna do this because this is our condition them to stay with
that's your
us.
condition before. So do you lose some ladies because of that? They say, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that.
You see, the thing that we explain, and that's how we work now, they don't go to men that they don't know. They don't go just for first date, to see if there is something matching, they already like building relationship in distance before they meet. So they already go to very like known men, and this is not a problem. If she likes man, it's not a problem for her. I know our ladies, they just drive out, or they just say,
well, it could be a problem if they have to leave work and they have to take some time away from work.
Yeah, that's why they planning. That's why I said, guys, if you have like intent to come and you give her some certain days, no questions, she will be planning, asking at her work, to take time off because she's planning to meet with you.
Yeah, but
and situation when man didn't show up and she had vacation that she cannot cancel for 2 weeks.
Are you kidding?
And of course, she was very like frustrated. So I said, guys, don't do that. You need to. You say you do. You do.
Yeah.
And don't say, you can tell approximate date, but just make sure she's not like asking for vacation if you're not sure, right? So because she's planning on her side. But I say, if they meet right man, they will do a lot of things. Trust me, guys. It different. When women like really had sincere intention, to have a family, it's just very different. But again, it will be not all smooth. When it's all smooth, it's a question to me always. Always when the relationship, like everything ideal.
Yeah, you're waiting for that moment of when it's just going to blow up. Yeah.
No, when it will be, I say it will be scam, because like girl who really considering moving to other country, she wants to know man, she will be asking not comfortable questions. She will be, she will be showing all her sides, she will be doing shit test to you, like maybe provoke some things where she can see your reaction, and this will be not like naturally she will be, I mean, it just will be actually very natural, like subconsciously, it's not like she's planning, okay, how next time I will be, testing him. No, it just will be happening, like she will be doing conclusions from, and about you from all small things that she's observing, is give her a very full picture, because women very intuitive. But yeah, when she's agreeable to everything, she just like, such a sweetheart, like no ever problem. It just
right?
So
Then you gotta your red flags start going up.
yeah.
So going back to the topic on this about
Mhm.
the state of Ukrainian women due to the war, so how this has heightened maybe the urgency. So now there's a greater urgency to kind of finalize a relationship. You know,
Yeah.
that there more than it was before
Mhm.
pre-war times.
We thought, we thought when war started, it would kind of should be speed up, right? Because like now she has more reasons even,
Yeah.
and maybe ladies will become more desperate, right? That's what
Mhm.
we was suspicious, and didn't know how it will be. But
Right.
after 2 years observing like our intro packages and like when we introduce men to women and seeing this, you know. Um, how many ladies accept men, how many reject. We don't see changes because of war. In this, like it didn't become like now. Before war, it's like only 5 ladies from 10 would be interested, and now 10 from 10 interested. No, we don't have this. It's the same mathematics, the same math, and they they kind of you like when these things happen, you need to learn how to live in new conditions. So all of them moving somewhere, establishing new life with I don't know, support of countries who's offering help, or they just relocating within Ukraine. But the question that if they want again to make these big changes, they need to feel like this is right man. So, and they don't want to give a hope if they, for example, just through introduction package understand, I cannot be attracted to this man. Why would she would waste her time, his time, so like they I mean, it's not only about attraction. It can be different factors. For example, man lives on a farm, and she understand, I cannot live in a farm, it's just not my my lifestyle. Or like he's, I don't know, 10 centimeters shorter than her. Like,
Well, no, I've been on dates and the lady is much taller than me, and for me it's a little awkward, and so just physically it's a little awkward, and so I've been going like, yeah, I think I'm learning that maybe height is a little different for me. Yeah. But yeah, living on a farm, yeah, no, even North American ladies some don't want to live on a farm.
Yeah, it just they don't want to give hope and just to get no person understanding that this is not how they see their life for themselves, right? So they look at generally in profile, like knowing, letter, reading letters, seeing photos, seeing all information, trying to imagine themselves, checking even city where he live, to see like how they feel, like if there's something that they can see them potentially there, like if relationship will go well, right? And so, yeah, this can be different factors, but why they reject. But this is sincere answer. And of course, if there is a big age gap, of course, like it's always like men have much less yeses if he goes.
I did your calculator that you have for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the biggest factor. Yeah, like to get, if you want to get zero, zero, yes, just go and choose all. Search gap, and then you will have zero.
Yeah. For your 30-year gap is way too much. Yeah.
Yeah. So
but
that's,
but I when I am kind of writing a letter, I'm now going straight to saying, maybe in the second letter, these are my deal, not necessarily, don't call them deal breakers, but I say, here are some serious questions. And I talk about the serious questions before I go too much further. Sometimes it takes me like 3 communications before that, but I'm checking to see, because some things are important for me, such as going to church, and and I've had ladies say, I'm sorry, I won't go to church with you on Sundays. And just, she said, I'm sorry, I'll have to not keep corresponding with you because of, so then I know it's real. Why would a scammer lady do that? It's not, I mean, that, so oh, that's a real person, because they dropped you. So yeah, I've had ladies say, no, I'm way too I think our age gap is just too much, so then it's real. That's why for me the pay per letter is not quite as dramatic as I've heard it sound. I know real people that I've dated and I've seen them, and so it's not the best because you have better what do you call it, reviewing the person, right, and looking at their motivations better and educating them maybe too. I think that's a big thing, is education of the culture. I don't know if you do that in Match Guarantee enough about education, where okay, the men are educated, but are the women also educated about
Yes,
the culture?
of course, we do this. But I just want to again and again to remind guys, they are hunters and they come to Ukraine, and they come for what? For traditional value woman. So, and you don't want to educate them how to be Western woman, right? Because this is not something that you try to avoid.
Yeah, no, it's just that it's things like I've seen it before. You had what was his name? He had a French name. I think he was Canadian or maybe he was American, but where we had a really hard time connecting with some ladies. But it was about, like, he mentioned something about money, like comparing, oh, this looks really expensive, and Ukrainian women were looking at it like, oh, he's cheap. He's talking about money, he's cheap. And so there's like learning about these cultural differences. Like, no, that's not the man. He's just wanting to say that he doesn't want to waste, his hard-earned money in this way or that way, and doesn't mean he's not generous. It just means that's kind of a cultural thing.
I've done a video about this recently, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got written about this, yeah. I just don't think you should talk about money, cheap or expensive things, just when you have this.
Yeah, no, I don't mention anything like that, because it's like a taboo kind of thing, and it's like, you don't want to look, but then but then understanding that it's a two-way street, culturally we got to understand you can't just be asking from the man. There has to be some sort of balance here too, and it's just going to make the North American man a little bit nervous if there's a lot being asked for from the man, financial support, things like that.
Yeah.
Without having a full commitment, you don't know the full person. How, I mean, you can't be a charity. You can't be a charity for everybody, right?
You don't need to be a charity. Our point was about you don't want to show that you're financially insecure when you want to win heart of Ukrainian woman, because that's her fears. Moving, she has some financial security in her home where she's living, and she definitely don't want to lose or downgrade her life. And if you see our soul profile of our ladies that we're doing, that's what they're saying. I don't care like how much man makes, but I just don't want to downgrade what I have now. My life is right, and I don't want to be. She's not dreaming about being sponsored to someone, right? This is not traditional culture. Yeah. Okay, Fred.
All right. Well, thank you, Anna.
I don't know. You're doing this. How many years already are you in this journey?
Since 2016.
16?
2016. Not 16 years. 2016.
Yeah, so it's 8 years already. And and still no result. That's what I'm saying. And the problem that I'm seeing here, like, and I don't want to promote the way you do it, because I feel like I'm pushing guys to take a chance.
I just want to say that the reason why I'm still doing it is because I know that part of it is still real. There is still a real part, because I've actually dated the ladies, so I know.
From what you say,
but it's risky.
Even if she's not going to go to church, for me this is not a sign.
Oh no, those ladies who don't want to go to church, the correspondence stops. It stops.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, for me, like a lot of things that you say, it's not necessarily that that, like, I mean, there is always a chance, right? But the question, 8 years of a life and final result, that's what I mean. I'm mostly worried about, like, not worried, but I just wanted you guys to understand money is just something that resource that we can make, again, but our life and our time, this is not recoverable resource, right? And I see big value in what we're doing because of how quickly, guys just getting what they want, achieving their life purpose, especially if it's 10, if for guys, for example, it's not so important, he can play this for years, it's just like for fun having this. But our guys who is our clients, it's like number one goal for their life right now. And of course it's a key also to their success because they commitment, they have high level of commitment, and they know what they want. And so, and the main thing that they know whom they are talking to, right? They know that those ladies has the same intent and nothing other than having a family, like no hidden agenda right here. And so they don't need to like walk in this bomb field, don't know when it will blow up and when no. So yeah. But anyway, there is a lot of ways to, I always was, before war started, I was always encouraging guys just to come and just to do street pickup, and this is much better way and way of meeting average Ukrainian women who is represents who is Ukrainian women, because those comers, they make this perception in the world of who is Ukrainian women, which is very wrong, because which is very wrong in general, because if you will calculate how many of those people, girls involved in this compared to generally all population, of Ukrainian women, you understand this is very, very like very small number. And so, but they make this reputation, and this is very, very bad. But it's not just like they organize on their own, but it's leading by big companies, who is making it's just, yeah, it's just there, and guys need to know about this, because Western guys, they just kind of like target, Western guys target anywhere in the countries where with a bad development economy, right? Everybody wants to take advantage because they feel like all Western men rich, but this is not true. I just seen this is,
Yeah, you're in Canada now. You can see the reality.
Yeah, I can see the reality, how much costs life and everything, and understand this is not, maybe this is a lot of money in Ukraine, but then when you spend it here, this is just
standard of living is different.
Standard of living too.
And then usually the wife has to work as well as the husband.
Yeah. Okay, Fred. Thanks for sharing.
You got it. Yeah, I'll let you get back to your show. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. All right, maybe I'll talk to Joe another time here. I've talked to him before, but maybe it's time to look at this again. So,
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much. Thanks for your input. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
I don't know how I get out here. You just push
me. It's me.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I remember you visiting. Okay. There is Jana well over a year ago, and where you healing to Warsaw. It's time for voluntary teaching, I believe. Yeah, I remember also face, but I don't remember. Okay, guys, I'm very happy that you came here. Yeah, I don't have. Joe probably suggests I have time. I need to, frame you in somehow how much time we will be spending here with each of you. Anyway, it was a very interesting experience. I'm grateful for. I'm going to do this more, because I see that you guys join. You join in, and you kind of more. You can express and address. Your worries, because everything that I'm talking, this is something that I come up, from observation with dealing with our clients in our stories. But then you have, who's in their journey a long time, have a lot of questions, and seeing, your sides of what's, and I'm pretty sure if, one Fred, for example, asked me question, and there is like 10 more guys watching this video, they have the same question in their mind. Yeah, and please feel free to write questions in our in below this video, so I will be happy to do video answers on your questions, just like I've done video comment. This comment encouraged me to do this video. Yeah, and I hope it will be helpful for you guys. Let me see what you write in here. Yeah. How do I get my Ukrainian girlfriend out of Eastern Europe? First, Stephen, yeah, I mean, how do you get? Depends how you want to move. If you want to move on your own, I don't know. Maybe you can travel to Poland, for example. There is a lot of Ukrainian women, and just trying to do street pickup. I mean, this is long. You see, we had just Fred who's in journey for 8 years. But if you're serious, about this journey, and you're ready, and you want, results, like in the shortest time possible, we will be happy to help you. You can just starting by going to magicguaranty.com/register here, and get your free matchmaking consultation, where we will talk to you, seeing you as a personality, seeing what you're looking for, telling how we work, and from our side understanding if we are willing to help you. So it's kind of like both ways interview, if you want to call it, but not interview, just friendly matchmaking. Yeah. Consultation, seeing if we can be great match for each other. And then we will explain how we do matchmaking now. Don't worry, you don't need to go to Ukraine. That's a thing. We organize our. And remember, guys, this United for Ukrainian program in America, it's also they still have it, but you never know. It might at some point they can they can stop it. So I would strongly recommend you to use this opportunity, because I really admiring our couples who started this, I don't know, journey like 5 years ago, and going through. Tell me about difficulties, when you're waiting for like 2 years being approved to get a K1 visa, and then then you're under pressure because you come and you have only 3 months to get married, and so you have so much things going on. You in such a big stress. Like now you need big decision. If you will stay with this man for the rest of your life, and so it was very overwhelming, and for both. And so now it's a beautiful. Unfortunately, reason very dramatic, but how it's unfold for international marriage. It's really for Ukrainian people now. It's become very easy, and I strongly recommend you, if that's something in your mind, this is good time now. And I'm not sure how long this opportunity will be existing in a lot of countries in Europe as well. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. If there is that right high level of commitment, that's success ingredient? Yeah, definitely. I see if guys, even our guys, if they start their journey and then at some point it's like in 1 month it's become not their priority, you think they get result? No, it's like you need to create space there, but just don't be also like trying to predict everything. You don't know how. Like I say always to guys, no purpose to fly if you don't feel like you fly not to see her for the first time. You fly already because you feel you feel interest, and she's feeling interest, and you're both excited about this journey, like to meet each other. And I also like say to guys, they sometimes very overwhelming and stressed about like flying to meet just one woman. I suggest will be a strong plan A, but just in case if something will go wrong and you just don't feel chemistry, it's not out there, we work very fast. We can match you there in Europe with other women from your list who was expressing mutual interest in you, and maybe it will be maybe your wife. You never know, right? But just being accepting how your journey unfolding. But yeah, and just trust that everything works in the best interest of you. um yeah, do I see any questions here? um why women married bad men? It happens too often. uh you know sometimes, like, I was seeing one lady that interview that was Ukrainian. She's influencer, and so she's also army woman. She's serving now, fighting, and she was sharing her story, and I understand, like, the way it was, like, he was the sweetest person possible before marriage. It never was even a sign that he can possibly you know mm, do any, like, abuse her. The way how he was behaving, it was very opposite. He was beautifully making this fairy tale, bringing a lot of flowers, and helping her mom, and everything. But then when he actually, but also he was acting very fast, and he was like, he made proposal after 3 months, and so they got married quickly. And then after this happened, like, he show up his after he got her, he show up his real face, and it was, it was not pleasant anymore to experience. And you see, she shared publicly about what happened, about all scenes and everything that happened there home, to encourage women not to be quiet about this, but just like looking for protection, and mm, not continue to live in these hopes that, if he done one time, that he will change, and like, he will again will not do this, next time. No, actually, if you will see the statistics, from first to second, it's actually, becoming more often in times, and with, like, more even, mm, more tough every time. So, but you see, women meant to believe fairy tales, and they're just like very Ukrainian women. They're very forgiving, and they're very hopeful, about men's, they're very forgiving about mistakes, and they just always like keep, okay, maybe this is just one time, maybe, like, I have to give him, and that's Ukrainian women, and that's their, you see, that is their blessing and their curve too at the same time, right? Because at some point, yeah, we need to, like, it's woman's nature to be like, to be forgiving, right, to be kind, and this is feminine thing, right? But at the same time, when it's come to level where you cannot protect yourself, this works against you, and that's a problem, right? um I just want to take this. So, guys, so this is very, like, this is very deep question as for me, why women married, or like bad men. Sometimes they, sometimes they married, they don't think they made bad choice, but the way it's unfolded, sometimes you never know what's God's plan, for you. Maybe for this woman influencer, it happened, she had this short life experience to actually, and her big purpose was for this, to encourage other women to stand up for themselves, and she couldn't done this if she wouldn't live through it, right? It's become her part of the experience, and that's why she was able to to make these strong messages to other women. So, but if woman, you see, if woman, she's a little girl, she was growing up in a family when father was beating mother, was abusive to her. It's always two scenarios here. She can, choose man just like that, because that's what she was seeing as a love, in a couple, and struggling with this all her life. Or she can actually be very cautious because she saw this and it was so painful, and she's like, no way, like I will be ever in relationship where I will be abused. So like she's actually making all her efforts, and as soon to avoid this type of man. And so as soon as she see any type of like man not stable emotionally or something, it's just like scares her, like she's running different away from this, because like it triggers this memories of how her mother was struggling with. And she's like, I don't want to take a chance, to be in this kind of relationship. And she just like, she running away when she sees these first signs. She doesn't need a lot of them. So, yeah, so that's, you see, some women just get in them because they choose, like unconsciously, they copy of model that they had in their childhood, Yeah, I'm looking for any more messages here, but I mean, hi, Anna, please review for newer joined to your life how much Guaranty works. So yeah, basically where you start, you just go to here, to matchguaranty.com/register. You type this in your browser, and you can find a good time that works for you and schedule free matchmaking consultation, where where you will find out how specifically we work. We will see if we are able to help you. We will listen to your requests, whom you're looking for. And we work very individually with every request, seeing your story very individually from every single client. And basically, our investments working with us, they it's mentioned on the website. There is a tab prices, and so you can check it. We have different packages, and we always very like, we're trying to do our best to make like to create this opportunity for men to start, if like, but at the same time, guys, you need to understand that if you're not financially, in a position where, like it will require not on our fee, right? Not only our fee, but it's also, you need to go there, you need to meet her, it's flight tickets, it's, you need to live somewhere, you need to go on a date, you need to buy her flowers. And then when she moves, if everything will goes well, when she moves, it will take time to, to adjust for her in the new culture. So she will rely on you financially. So if you're not in this type of situation where you can, you can afford this, I just like strongly suggest you review it for yourself, how affordable this journey generally for you. But I believe when something comes in our heart, ideas, we will have needed resources, for all these things. This is if it's really our dream and it's in, from our heart. There is nothing accidentally, visit our, brain, heart, ideas. If we have them, this is totally possible path for us. But just be prepared to, commit on many different levels if you want to be successful, right? On many different levels. Like you need to find time, you need to find energy, you need to be open-minded to learn, things about, and be coachable, to learn about new culture. And this is part of journey. We provide individual coaching because we believe this is the best way to actually help in your specific situation right now, because you don't need it to be in 1 week or something. We have situation where it was some misunderstanding, and we just talking through, communicating through man, lady, and it was saving relationship that actually have great potential, and they finish with the engagement, for now. But yeah, there can be some things that couples need help with. Yeah, so yeah, I do believe that everything possible. And yeah, also thank you, what it's also, yeah, this is a website and this is telephone. You can also contact through WhatsApp and ask your questions. And yeah. Okay, there is more. So guys, you're welcome, new bees, new guys who is thinking and just don't know where to start, what to do, have questions, has doubts, about how, a lot of questions, how much time, I don't know, money, how the process works, it's all can be answered here on this consultation. Yeah, so you're welcome to take it, and you see, and I believe in the power of big journey where we start to do it from small steps. That's in my life always was, that we can do today. In my life it's always was like, when I wanted something, I do one small steps that that bring me closer to what I want. And like, it can be this consultation, I don't know, for you guys. And then it's because it's my heart desire, it was unfolding in beautiful way of things that I was dreaming about. It just was happening, because when it's true, it's true. You will find a way. It will happen for you. But if you just watching for years and um be paranoid, we're paralyzed by our fears, and they're stopping us to move ahead from procrastinating our dreams. And time is goal, life is goal, we're not becoming younger. And that's that's when you have regrets later in life, because only you can break through your fears, your things that hold in you, and just like believe in yourself, give you enough your support, and having all our team support to make things happen, like to make rain comes. uh, how does match guarantee help men and women know the match is going to be successful? It's I don't say like we can predict, as our matchmaker always say, we are here we are here just doing God's work, with just his hands. And wherever outcome will be, it's something that this person, this lady, this man, because we have sometimes we always like it's funny because matchmakers say we have like we have great ladies, like you need to coach more men. And I was like, no, we need to coach women, in this regard. So like it's always it's funny. But we're doing matchmaking by love language and by also love code, and it's matched by values, people's values. But we was using this instrument to like, we're observing them to see if really it can make big impact. But what we see in that doesn't matter if you have, even by all instruments, you have the best match, it doesn't mean that you will have chemistry when you meet, or you will have other, like very important elements. So in reality, man always know what he truly wants. And we had many situations when man once like, was my top choice, she's my top choice. And then if on the first trip he was not able to meet her, it was before, like before war, before even COVID. And then on the second, he was anyway going dating somewhere else. But then when he was meeting her on the second trip, she was becoming his wife, because he was like failing or sabotaging other relationship, because he was like, he was deeply known, this is his lady, like. And so I don't say like we work both ways. Like, if man wants to choose and he said he has like his vision, we always attentive to what he wants, right? But we give our, like, if he's suspicious about not suspicious, but we just like give our general picture of this lady. And if we see that really it's not really a match, because like our matchmaker should know personally every lady. It's not only like personally, just like I don't know, name or something. It's like she knows her life, she knows what triggers her, she knows her, like, how deep this person, what's her values, what she's looking for, and like on very deep level. And so if she see there is mismatch, she always share, but we never like cut man's balls, if he say like, no, I want her, like, no, of course you go over her, and and sometimes it's failed, and from reasons that we were suspicious. Sometimes it's worked great, but sometimes man, like, I don't know, help me to, like, my picture, my profile, help me to more than I see right from just profile and picture, just suggest ladies for me. And we do this as well, it just depends how it's more preferable way for men. And we're happy to do it like several ways. We had the one marriage that Tatiana, because she has like 27 years experience, so of course she our head matchmaker, she like, something, right, if you do this for so long, right? And so one time she was I say we don't push man, but it was kind of like, she said, I just totally see you with this woman. And he was like, she's not my type, like really not my type. And she was like, okay, just one date. No, because he was in Kiev already, like, go on one date. And she's his wife now for like so many years, so happily, so like nonstop, sharing pictures with us and greatness. And thank you that you introduced us. So sometimes it can be like that even too. So there is no like strong recipe to make sure, but I say because man, like in this journey, he's like more like leader, it's a lot depends on how he behaves and how he, how he's open for coaching, or he's in position like, I know everything, I don't need nothing, and then he's making the same mistake again and again. And so, or I even see how man can be like, he's learning, but then in action he's doing the same mistake. And like I see in this his inner program of sabotaging actual relationship, because I see tendency how women excited before they meet, and what he's doing when he meet. And he's like frustrated, like, with, and asking himself why he's doing this, why he's sabotaging. So yeah, it's always yeah, it's always the case. I say relationship is always two people, so we know what's going on, we in deep touch with our ladies, and when they in relationship, they share with us, and we can help with navigation here. But there is no like certain recipe. It's so many different ways how it can, how God can lead people to each other. Yeah, one of our clients, he was dating ladies. He was coming to Kiev. Yeah, it was not successful, but later when he started to date with us, his lady was not even registered with us. So by the time he finished all his not successful relationship, this lady knew who registered with us, and she was his match, and now they married. So you see, it's just, can be very, very different ways, but it's still main thing that you need to guys know, it's a journey. And so don't need to be very serious or have over expectations how it should be. It's just like trust that, as I always say, trust that God leads you to a person that, I have this picture, who is your soulmate, how she behaves, what values she has, how she looks. Not like specifically, no, I'm like only blonde, and I'm just, but some men I know, they don't have like attraction if she's or I don't know, don't like blonde, just should be. So yeah, but generally understanding, especially about her inner quality, it's important. But I understand, of course, without attraction, and I would say it always works both ways, like, of course, a woman should be attractive too, but woman's attraction in Ukraine just come from very different way. It's not how really handsome you are, or just like its attraction come from actually feeling your strong personality, seeing you as a confident man. We have man who was like really not far away from being calling, handsome, and yet they got married because they were super overconfident in themselves, and the way, the strong charisma and the way they present themselves. So yeah, it's always like very important, and that's what makes women tick. I think Ukrainian women, seeing this masculine in men, masculine energy, but again, not this masculine that can hurt them, right? Not showing yourself as a, I don't know, abusive type of the man, or like, yeah. Okay, guys, thank you for being with me today. It was very like long talk. Yeah, and I wanted to finish with a video. Yeah, maybe what can you start to play it so I don't make any mistake? And I will see you next Saturday. Okay, and write me in comments video that topics that you want me to prepare for you. Okay, I will be happy to do that. Bye-bye.
Number one is how traditional Eastern European women rate you. That's what I've been covering in this video. Now, let me point out something you're going to love. Most guys doing both SMV calculations and comparing their SMV from Western women versus traditional Eastern European women experience between a 1 to 3 point increase. How cool is that? Now, do you see why I keep referring to a 3-point boost being super easy and practically overnight? In reality, it happens for you in an instant. The instant you jump ponds and start seeking an Eastern European wife. Does it get any sweeter than that, gentlemen? Calculator number 2 is how modern Western women rate you. Calculator number 3 is your chances of tying the knot with an Eastern European woman. Calculator number 4 is your maximum age gap potential, or how young of Eastern European woman you can attract realistically. So what are you waiting for? I will be slapping a price tag of $30 for each calculator any day now. So right now might be your only chance. Go ahead, press the calculate button below, and I'll see you soon on my next video. In closing, I thought you might be interested in seeing some of our raving fans to see what they had to say after using our services.
Never stop to dream about something. If you really want to do something and want to receive something in your life, everything is possible. Yeah.
Just gotta dream.
It doesn't matter from which country we are. It's just we find out each other. Yes.
Yeah.
I suppose that we are all there. We are soulmates. Yeah. And then just to wish happy to everyone
Yeah.
who will join, who will apply to your agency and something
Yeah.
like this. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Yeah, very happy, eh?
I would have paid more knowing that I was going to be with this amazingly loving, incredible woman. So it's a cheap price on what you're thinking you're going to be spending for the rest of your life on the woman you're with. What you're going to waste going down different other avenues and just keep on spinning the wheels.
First of all, to be honest with you, I didn't think it was real, so I had to come here first to meet you, know you're real or not. I came and met Joe, and I was impressed by him and Tatiana and Olga and the website and how organized and the connections with the ladies. So I had no hesitation whatsoever, and I'm glad to. It's worth it, and worth a lot more than that, yes.
So was it worth it?
Totally worth it because 3-4 years I was looking, and here in 2 weeks I got more results than I got in 2 years in Canada. So it says a lot, right?
I came for 6 days. My very first date, we hit it off and have been like this ever since.
I had a wonderful experience from day one, and I can't be happier really with the decision to go ahead and give it a try.
It's money well spent. It's a guarantee that you'll find somebody, and you'll also be able to do so in a very reasonable period of time.
So let's see, in total I went on around, it was 10 first dates. They were all incredibly beautiful, so much more than their photos. Compared to back home, yeah, I'm definitely out of my league.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it, obviously. I feel like I hit out of my league, personally. I feel like Maria's 9 to 10. I think she's absolutely stunning. Like she's insanely gorgeous.
He found me my perfect lady, and it's worked out really, really well for me. I don't believe that I could have found a person like Olga. I don't think that ladies with her values exist anymore in England.
What I liked about the agency was that I wasn't smothered. They didn't try to mother me or direct me. They made introductions. It was just very natural.
Actually, it wound up that one of the ladies that Tatiana had suggested is the one that worked out right with me, because when I met her, I knew she was the right lady for me to be with. Their purpose seems to be to match people and not just go with this fantasy world.
Joe made everything happen for me, and I couldn't be happier with where I'm at right now.
I saw you on YouTube, and I just had the feeling you were genuine and it was real. We are making plans for the future, and I see a future with Natalia in it, yes.
It's actually less cost, it's much more efficient, and you have a good process on the way where you actually will be successful in your search.
I was surprised. I was very inundated with the amount of ladies that I was going to meet. Very, very beautiful women.
You know, don't be super cautious. Relax, especially trust Joe. Personally, I can put my stamp of approval.
It's value for money. I can say that for sure, because it's not just matchmaking, it's coaching. That's the core, like, you know, that's the cream of the whole cake.
I've enjoyed it from, like I said, from start to finish. The girls seem like they're a lot more genuine. You can tell that the fraud or the fakeness that I've experienced in the past it isn't there.
They've done a wonderful job for me. So far, I can close my eyes and I can tell Joe, find me a girl, and I can trust a girl.
But it was well worth it to find the right person that I can hopefully spend the rest of my life with, and I've got no real complaints, and I wouldn't hesitate to do it again.
Of course it's worth it. You're investing in yourself. You're not purchasing a car that you trade in the future or something frivolous. You're investing in your life, a life partner, as a matter of fact. So how can you say investing in yourself isn't worth your entire life being happy with someone?
Joe, Anna, and Jana, and Luba, they're invested. They want you to be happy. They want to find happiness. I know they're happy for me. I can feel their warmth when I talk to them. So I'm speaking from experience. They made me into a better me. They helped me get to where I am. They brought me and Irina together. The quality of women, and like I said, you saw the different women I went. They weren't mine, but they could be yours. They could be your match. But you're never going to know unless you get out of your comfort zone and stop talking about it and just do it.
The coaching and the quality of the girls are definitely top notch.
You guys are screening, so you're eliminating the wheat from the chaff.
I'm so thankful and grateful for you because the stuff you do is so real and it's beautiful.
If you're looking for a decent, honest company that will help you find the one, it's a perfect choice.
I think it's definitely worth it. You invest into your future family and make sure you're happy with your whole life.
It's very, very overwhelming experience to this point. I could not have asked for more. It's been a great, great experience.
I am utmost thankful and grateful to Joseph and his team for the counseling.
You're doing it for more than just the fees you received. You really want to help people.
The opportunity to meet a variety of different great women in just a little over a week's time, and to establish something meaningful with a girl who has incredible model-like beauty as well as a lot of depth of character. She speaks 4 different languages. She's very intelligent and family-oriented. It's quite a bargain at that rate, as far as I'm concerned.
For me, the hardest part was looking past the beauty and actually finding someone who I want to marry and be with the rest of my life.
So at the end of the day, I couldn't be more happy with this investing in myself and my future.
Stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street light people.
Now I would have invested 10 times more for the love of my life.
Huge thanks to Joe and huge thanks to Tatiana. I'm enjoying the journey.
Give Joe a chance and you'll be very happy.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass. We're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home.